Hey guys, Moustache here, this time with another review straight from the island of Lian. I have the Oliver Queen arrow here, straight from DC Collectibles. Picked this guy up over the holiday week. We have an awesome picture of Oliver Queen. It says Oliver Queen with Totem, #1. You can see the other figures in the series. I picked up Oliver Queen. When I picked him up, I got him at Frankenson's. They had Black Canary as well as they had these guys. These guys only come in a 2-pack. So if you're looking at getting those two, you will get these together. One cool thing I noticed while looking at this box, it says right here, it says sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. So you know the sculpt is going to be pretty good when they're working on it. On this side we get an Oliver Queen kind of window box here, as well as we do see the arrowhead. And then going to the top, we do get arrow on the top, choking hazards, all that. And then all the usual ditties on the bottom. So let's crack this baby open and check them out. So as usual, we will start off with the accessories. We do get the totem, which we see in the very first episode of the kind of Slade Wilson Deathstroke mask here. Looks very cool. We got an arrow going right through there. So that looks very nice. The wood looks really cool, not too overdone. We just got a regular bottom here. We do see the rocks here, and the paint very cool, like it's very like washed. So that's cool, so we'll put that over there. He does come with his first bow, so that's cool. We do get to see some markings over here. I don't know if you can see that in the video. And then same thing on the other side, we do see some of the markings. We do get 3 different arrow pieces, or 3 arrow pieces. We do get one for the quiver on his back, and then we get 2 individual arrows. So both of those have the green tip with the yellow and green back. So let's get into the figure. So here he is, Oliver Queen, the man without fear, or that's Daredevil, but the man off the island. So looking at this, it looks very cool. I don't know if you can kind of see it with the light. The sculpt is pretty nice. Not super accurate, but still a very nice sculpt. We do get the tattoos on his chest as well as some of the scars. Same thing with on his back. We do see some scars back here as well as the dragon tattoo, which Shadow had. We do get the quiver here. We have green pants, which is kind of his arrow suit. So we do get the kind of leather pants with the kind of markings with the arrow, and the little satchel on the side. And then going into the arrows here, you just stick them right into the quiver. And then these can actually go in there as well if you're not going to use them. One thing I did want to mention too, which I should have mentioned before, is that the box comes with this really cool kind of backdrop of a city. It probably is Starling City, but I don't see like any of the Queen Consolidated building or anything like that, or maybe that's it right there. But it looks very cool, so if you wanted to kind of keep this guy in there, that'd be pretty okay, because you kind of still get the backdrop. So going back to the figure though, so this guy was pretty stiff when I took him out of the box. I did kind of mess with him a little bit before I started to do the review. So looking at the articulation with the head, he looks up about that far, looks down way far. We do get 360 degree on the head, so you can kind of have him looking that way, this way, any way you want. Going to the arm, you do get 360 at the shoulder. This is on a ratchet, but the ratchet's pretty stiff, so it goes up about that far. Same thing on the other side. Does go up about that far. Same thing with the twist here, and then going towards the elbow. This one was the really stiff one. Goes up 90. So with the elbow, like I said, it is pretty stiff. It does swivel at the elbow, as you can hear it squeaking. It does do the swivel at the wrist, as well as does go front and back, so you do kind of get that large range of motion when he's holding the bow. So same thing with the other side. 90. Does do the twist. This one's a little easier. And then does do that movement. This one's up and down to where this one's like front and back. And you can see the swivel right there. So it's not something like a SH Figuarts to where you can kind of move it around to try to find, you know, the right point for that swivel. This one's only this way. This one's only that way. And then going down to the legs, we do get a front and back here. It's weird. It's on a like joint that moves this way, but you can put it up this way and it won't move. You can see it there. It's not like on a ball joint, but it simulates kind of like a ball joint. Going this way, you do get the almost 90 there, or that's pretty much 90. And then that does move like here. So you do get a 360 there. Same thing with the other leg, 90. And then 360. And then going to the bottom of the leg, you do get the 360 at the boot. So that's very cool. And then you do get a pivot right here at the shoe. Wearing those kind of Nike free runs there. So that's cool. So you kind of, that one is kind of like the SH Figuarts one, to where it's at an angle to where if you move the shoe a bit, you know, it is going to kind of go off kilter. As you can see, it does separate at the waist. You can get a small like bit of movement, but I wouldn't suggest it just because the way it's set up, if you try to move it, it's going to look really weird, as you can see here. So I'd probably suggest just keeping it in the middle for it to look best. And what would be an arrow figure if you couldn't hold the bow and arrow? So right here, his hands do accommodate the bow here. So it goes through this piece right here. Let's see. I might actually have it upside down. I'm not sure. I think that's right. Right here. Let me actually check on the box. Okay, I'm seeing it here on the box. So right here, it should go in this guard. I think I had trouble with it the first time I tried to do this too. So you kind of move it in there. Because it has to go around his. There you go. So boom. There he is with the bow in his hand. Just like kind of like that photo there. Kind of looking at you like with intent. But go over to the other hand, and you notice the other hand looks kind of weird. That's because he does have the option to hold arrows, which I think was awesome. So I'll go ahead and pull one of these arrows out. If you can see, there's a little kind of ball at the end, and you just go ahead and slip it through the top finger here, and boom, there you go, he's holding an arrow. And I think since they give you two, he actually has the option on the bottom hand too, or the bottom finger, so you can kind of quiver two arrows at the same time. When I was trying to kind of think of pictures for this guy, you kind of have to work it around to try to get, you know, a good shot of him with like arrows. So you can kind of get that, you know, about to, you know, close shot, but it's not going to be anything super articulated. I would love to see maybe an SH Figuarts version, not so much of the Oliver Queen, but just as of Green Arrow in general, to see what they could do with that. I know they just got a Batman, Superman, Harley Quinn, and Joker for Injustice, so I'd love to see an Injustice Green Arrow. But yeah, you can kind of move them around and kind of get your, you know, your sweet spot for like a picture or something like that. But I love that you can do that. It's one of the things that, you know, they didn't have to do. They could have just had him hold an arrow, but DC Collectibles did an awesome job with that. So there he is. You do get Oliver Queen, 2 arrows, a bow, the quiver with removable arrows, the Deathstroke, Slade Wilson, or I think it was Wintergreen kind of mask there. Actually, no, that was Slade because he did get it through the eye. So we get all these things here straight from DC Collectibles. It looks awesome. Like I said, I picked this up at Frankenstein's, but I'm sure you can pick it up at Big Bad Toy Store, or maybe try to find it at your local toy store if they sell the DC Collectibles. So, Moustache again. Peace.